All right, so yeah, no intro today. No intro, no no explanation, no none of that. No cuts, none of that. We're at a new year, and we can't be playing. We can't be playing. There's too much that we have to learn from the last 4 years alone. 3 if you're not counting this new year that we're entering. There's too much. So no intro. Let's get right into it. There's a strong ignorance in the world today. Strong ignorance, and I don't mean that to sound mean or as some may say facetious. To be honest, I haven't looked that term up, so I don't know exactly what facetious mean. But I don't mean to taunt or mock anyone when I say that. I don't mean ignorance in the state of how people refer to people that they don't like as ignorant people. No, I don't mean it in that sense. When I say ignorant, I mean people that are in a state, or not even people, just a state of not knowing, of just not having knowledge of certain things. With all this data, with all this information, people still don't understand how they work. People still don't understand human nature. See, people don't understand what God was getting at when he created us in his image and likeness. A lot of people still don't understand what the whole idea was behind this. And they for darn sure don't understand where they stand in all of this. We have, as I speak, we have a man that's working on getting all of us, the whole human race, on Mars. How can we understand another planet with such depth and accuracy and not understand human nature? I don't care if we're not the movers and shakers of this world. This is something that needs to be basic knowledge to us. So your brother Augustus, I got your back. And by the end of this video, if you listen to it to grasp it, you're gonna be one of those people that could be in a crowd of others and understand exactly what's going on. When you see something that is just, it doesn't make sense for someone to do. You're gonna be that one in the crowd where everyone's saying, oh my goodness, why would someone do something like this? You're gonna be the one in the crowd that say, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on right there. Yeah, seen this before. Oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on here. Yeah. Sad to see. See, I gotta do this right. Gotta get my coffee. I gotta do this right. 2024, man, we gotta attack this year with a bang. This is actually espresso, to be specific. Human nature. Let's attack it. Let's get into it. And I presume that this is gonna be in a book soon. So I urge you guys to look out for that. Of course, we can't chop it on this one completely. Just in one sitting, just in one sit down. I mean, we can. I could give it to you all within just one sitting. But I want you guys to really to have auto suggestion with this. I want it to be natural. I want it to be common sense for you, what I'm about to give you. And that can only be done with hours of information, reiteration, explanation, or in common terms, a book. So I urge you guys to look out for that. I should be working on that soon, and I'll keep you guys updated. There's two kind of people in the world. Two kind of people. There's good or evil. It's that simple. Good or evil. Or, as I should say, let me adjust these notes. Because evil isn't the antithesis to good. It's bad. Bad is the antithesis to good. So, and I'm gonna put it just right here. So you have good versus evil, two kind of people. But then there's another two kind of people. There's another two kind of people. And it's those that are righteous and those that are evil. And then there's another two kind of people. There's people that dwell in the light and those that dwell in darkness. And then there's another two kind of people. Those that are constantly working, those that are active, and those that live in the world of boredom, those that are idle, those that are constantly bored. Two kind of people. And human nature is caught in the middle of these two kinds of people. Or should we say human nature surrounds these two kinds of people. These two kinds of people fall within human nature. You could say that. But when you look at the fact that these two concepts, these balancing factors dwell outside of just humanity, you kind of have to say mankind, human nature, falls within these two categories. So yeah, we're back to it being caught in the middle. The point is, what we want to look at is the fact that there is choice to be made. And choice, if you're one of the matrix philosophers, because there are matrix philosophers out there, you understand the delusion, the illusion of choice. Now, I won't say that choice itself is a illusion. I won't go there. But what I will say is that choice is illusion for those that live in delusion. See, if you remember the Matrix, what did the Oracle do? She told Neo that he was going to break the vase before he broke it. He apologized and she said, I told you don't worry about it. Then, that was the first choice. Then she explained to him that there's going to be a bigger choice to make. To sacrifice his life for Morpheus or to just let them die. That's the second choice. There's probably even more that we, haven't paid attention to in that scene. Powerful scene. Then the third choice was the cookie. The cookie, which was baked by the Oracle, a program that has the ability to affect other programs by food, just like the Merovingian when he gave that blonde that cake that resulted in some bodily functions or activities. If you guys remember Matrix Reloaded, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that cookie, you better believe that cookie affected Neo's programming, which caused him to make a choice, see, that the Oracle wanted him to make. Now, we have to remember, this is a red pill here, a red pill. Someone that was a free thinker, had a free mind. He was still coerced to make a decision through eating that cookie. See, living in delusion, living in a world that is based off of concepts given to you, that can make your choices an illusion. Why? Because you were never truly educated on both sides. You were never truly educated on the source of these two choices. So it was no true choice. You were doing what you were programmed to do. I'm sorry, I'm going a little deep, a little fast here. Now you guys should see why I have intros. But, people with their ADD these days, I hope none of you have ADD, unless you're productive with it. But people want you to get to the point. Okay, well, I'm getting to the point, and I'm getting too deep also. Because I know many out there aren't keeping up with this. I know. So let me back up a little. Pour a little more coffee. Human nature. Try to remember these. I mean, we see them in movies all the time. All the time. Right versus evil, good versus bad, active versus war, light versus darkness. Choice. All verses mean is choice. It's the state of choice. To have two opposites in a setting, in one single setting. Opposites oppose each other, they versus each other. And there's a choice in the middle. And when it comes down to competition, I guess you could say the choice is fate. Fate is the one that's choosing between two competing or competition based subjects. Competing subjects. Now, I got to see The Last Equalizer, the third one, and the whole time I'm watching it, I'm thinking about John Wick. Whole time watching Denzel, I'm like, man, this is the black John Wick. This is the black John Wick, and John Wick is the white Equalizer. There's just too much, too many similarities, too many. But the truth is, these stories may have nothing to do with each other, but it's just the same reoccurring scenario. And what I'm noticing is human nature. Now, I know I'm gonna lose a lot of you guys. That's okay. That's okay. But I want you to know I trust you guys with this information, because it's not for the simple. As Gorgeous Dre says, bring your whole mind. Bring your whole mind with you. Or Andre Taylor. Here we go. If you remember that the first Marvel Avengers movie, when Loki had those people really at his grasp before Captain America and Iron Man and everyone showed up, Loki was making a speech to the people about their innate nature. And I used to hear that, and I used to just, have that natural disgust. Like, oh, who does he think he is? Right? But now I look back at it and I'm starting to realize, man, the sucker was right. He was right. It's in your nature to bow before someone higher. It's in your nature to war, to eat each other alive, just like the Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker. When he was talking to Batman, he said, look, you love these people, you're willing to sacrifice your life for these people, but watch. By the time I'm done with this city, they're gonna eat each other. And they're not gonna stop at you, they're gonna start with you. I'm kind of paraphrasing. I'm gonna show you guys something very dark about us. Weans, people. I'm gonna show you guys something very dark, and it's not because I want you guys to, go over to the dark side or anything of that nature. No. I want you guys to be the antithesis of what I said earlier, ignorant. I want you guys to be knowledgeable of this inner darkness. Not so that you can embrace it, but so that you can you can knowingly deal with it. Here we go. Utopias don't work for one reason and one reason only. Human utopias. And you can actually break this down to the rest of life forms, different life forms. But human utopias don't work. Why? Because when someone that is good, because they do righteous acts, making them righteous, and they live in the world of light, when they become bored, they're given a choice. They're given a choice. And anywhere in the world that you look, you're gonna find some bored folks. Now, we just checked off 3 positive things. You have a person that's good, they make righteous decisions that makes them righteous. They live in a society of light, or in an environment of light, but they're faced with just one issue: boredom. Boredom. And they're tempted out of their mind to do something evil. They're tempted out of their mind to go into a world of darkness just to visit. They're tempted out of their mind to be bad. Just for a moment, just for a little bit, won't hurt. See, why? Because people today still don't understand that boredom is on the side of darkness, is on the side of evil, is on the side of bad. But good people live in this state all the time. Righteous people live in this state all the time. People that dwell in societies of light, they dibble and dabble into the state of boredom all the time. It's an abomination. It's an abomination. When someone is bored, they're given the option to rebel. They're given the choice to rebel against their good nature, against their righteous acts, against that society of light. The best example is Lucifer. The angel was a good dude. He was righteous. He lived in a society of light. He was the closest to the Lord. They said the mercy seat in the tabernacle that had those cherubs that would touch wings and cover their face. They said Lucifer was the one that actually covered it. They said that that's what that referenced. That referenced that there was a cherub that would be between those 2 cherubs, and that one wouldn't be touching wings with the other angels. That one would probably be covering his face with 2 wings and covering over the presence of God with the other 2 wings. The cherub that covereth. That's a good dude. That's a good guy. But what happened? He got bored. And he had some dark ideas. See? I could go on and on that one, but you guys should get the point. When you have a society of good people, people that live in this world of righteousness, and they love the light, they love the things of light, positivity, and you let them get bored, the next time they're given the option to do something good, they're probably not going to do it. The next time you give them the option to do something righteous, they're probably not going to do it. The next time you give them the option to do something that contributes to that society of light, they're probably not going to do it. Why? Because at that point they let their boredom slip in, and it is so strong that they'll do anything, and I mean anything, to appease that boredom. Boredom's no joke, people. You have to cut it at the knees. You can't allow boredom to build up on you. Boredom has made fools out of the wisest of men for time immemorial. Boredom. See. I need another espresso. I'm gonna just give you guys a moment to just marinate on this. When someone that is good become bored, hypocrisy is born. Now let's flip it. Let's bring this over to the world of bad, to the world of evil, to the world of darkness. These kind of folks, these kind of figures, they actually strive when they embrace boredom. They actually strive when they embrace boredom. Why? Because it fuels those dark behaviors. See? But here's the tricky part. Here's the flip side. It's easy to get bored of sin. That's why when people go into the world of sin, they don't stop at just one act of sin. They don't stop at just one level of sin. They keep rising or descending deeper and deeper into that world. And they do some grotesque stuff that will never make the news. You gotta read about their life on the dark web. See. That's the tricky side with darkness, with evil, with bad nature. That's the tricky side of it. Boredom fuels these dark things, but it's easy to get bored with dark behavior. But whenever boredom shows its face to people in this world, they have an option. They have the same option as those that live in the world of light, in the world of good. And it's to either A, appease the boredom, or to become active to produce. There it is. See, I'm building this material as orating to you guys. Productivity. Activity or productivity. Productive activity. Productivity. That's the antithesis to boredom. To produce or to destroy. See. Let's put that on the other side too. Activity going into productivity, and boredom going into destruction. Now, when someone that lives in the world of darkness is given, or when they have boredom and that boredom builds up, they have the option to appease that boredom. See? And here's the tricky side. Here's the tricky thing. Nothing appeases boredom more than doing something outside of your nature. I hope you guys caught that. I hope you guys caught that. If you have to, pause it and get your espresso just so that you could catch that and rewind that part right there. When someone in the world of evil, when someone in the world of righteousness, when someone in the world of darkness, when someone in the world of light, when someone with bad nature, with someone with good nature is given boredom, they are given the option to appease the boredom or to become active and to just continue doing whatever it is that they were doing. See, to be politically correct, if you're in the world of goodness, then to be politically correct is to do the right thing. If you're in the world of badness, then to be politically correct is to do the rebellious thing. To be politically correct is to be active, to be productive. The antithesis of boredom or destruction. That's why people don't like being politically correct today, because we're living in a society, in America that is, where the nature, the moral standards have completely changed. So if you're politically correct today, you're actually acting out of a different nature. You're embracing a different nature because the moral standards and the nature has changed from good to bad. See, that's why righteous people don't like being politically correct in this country anymore. But off of that, when someone, let's use the example of bad, because we love these bad movies. We love movies where people are doing bad things. Equalizer 3 probably made a lot of money and still making some counting. John Wick makes a lot of money and is still making more and counting. And you can't count how many bodies are dropping throughout these movies. There's a lot of blood being shed. So you can't say that's good. but we love it. We can't get enough of it. Just as long as we don't have to live that life or see it ourselves, we love it. Seeing it in a movie allows us to get our fill of evil, to get our fill of darkness, to get our fill of that bad nature. And guess what the heck it does for you if you're a good person, if you're a righteous person, if you live in light. Guess what it does for you? It appeases your boredom. It's entertaining as all get out. It appeases your boredom. So we're going to use the bad folks. We're going to use those that are in evil. We're going to use those that are in darkness as an example. Then we're going to flip it over. But you take someone that lives that dark life and you throw all this boredom in their lap like hot potato. Catch this. Boredom just boom. Boredom dropped on them. And they're sitting there like, what am I supposed to do with this? And you give them an option to do something. They want to appease that boredom so bad, guess what they're willing to do? Something completely out of their nature. They want to do something good for somebody because they want to see someone smile for a change. They want to do something righteous. They want to go over to the world of light to do something good for a change. Why? Because nothing appeases boredom more than going outside of your nature. And guess what will happen in many cases? They'll go over to that world of light, maybe even hoping to become like these folks. Starting off. Then the boredom is completely appeased. And they say, you know what? This stuff isn't for me. I'm a thug. I can't be doing this. I'm not no square. I'm a thug. And they start bringing darkness into this world of light. Into that world of light. All because they wanted to appease their boredom. And all the people in that world of light are like, who left the gate open? This is how it happens. And like I said, I'm doing this so that you guys can be the few in 2024 that could look in a crowd of people or could be in a crowd of people and you all behold someone do something out of their nature. You behold a system glitch. You behold a person that's glitching like the NPC that they are. And while everyone is just in amazement that someone that lives a life like this would do something so off, I want you to be the only one that says, oh, they got bored. They must have let themselves get bored. This is why you'll have good people that grew up in a world of goodness, in a world of righteousness, in a world of light. They start doing some things that are pretty dark. They start doing some things that you would never expect from them. They start going into the world of hypocrisy. Why? Boredom. It snuck up on them. See. Very simple. Very simple. That's what it all comes down to. See. Shout out to Freeze. I'm gonna take example and put some love in my body. H2O. Because it'll love you even when you don't love it back. Also, rest in peace, Sinful. Got my Fiji water with me. But this is what it's all about. Good people make bad decisions all the time. And I don't mean mistakes. I'm talking deliberate, non-good practices. Premeditated bad decisions. Negative decisions. They do it all the time. Why? Because they're ignorant of boredom. Ignorant of the true effects of boredom. Boredom's a bad dude. Boredom is a bad dude. He's a bad man. He's been around for a while. See? And he specializes in discord, causing ruckus, causing chaos. How does he do this? By tempting people to do something outside of their nature, just to appease the boredom. Just to appease the boredom. You could take a drive down Skid Row today. You see people in tents, living in tents. And I'm not talking huts that the native Indians and tribes used to live in. No, I'm talking tents that you could get at Walmart. Camping tents. Homeless. Why? Because they were in a state of boredom that made them so helpless, so desperate to appease that boredom, that they turned to a crack pipe, that they turned to a meth crystal, that they just went heavy on Sherm, started sprinkling their weed with extra stuff. I think there's some weed heads that are homeless too. I don't doubt it. And it was never the drug that made them lose it. It was never the drug that they really got their pleasure from. It was the fact that they successfully found something to appease their boredom with. They excelled. They became successful. They won the battle of appeasing boredom. See, nasty truth. A nasty truth that is, but that's what we're not being taught. That's what we're not being taught. The crackhead, the meth head, they're not in love with the drug. They only think they are. They're in love with that feeling of appeasing boredom. It's the same thing with sex. Same thing. The person that's getting it all the time don't really care about it. They don't stop doing it, but they don't really care about it so much. Not nearly as much as someone that hardly ever gets it. The person that's always getting it, they'll never kill for it. The person that's not hardly ever getting it, they'll tear a whole family apart. Eat them alive. Why? It's not because the sex is that good. It can't be. No. It's their way. That sex is their way of escaping boredom. And that's why it's so good to them. See? That's why it's so good to them. No pleasure on this earth is so good that it's worth taking a life for. But if you shoot someone's veins up with some boredom, if you give someone a cup of boredom, just enough boredom, they'll be willing to destroy for it. Not for the boredom, to appease the boredom, to please it. And if you do something that's within your nature, you will not appease the boredom. Why? Because you're used to it. That's your world. That's the world that you live in. So what do some good people do when they've reached this level of boredom? They'll say, well, it's not good enough to just do good. To just do good in an area of good. To do good in an area of light. That's not going to do anything for me. See? So they're given the option to be bad or to do evil or to be good, to do right, and to bring light in a world of darkness. Mind you, this person just had boredom. They just had some boredom going on. But they chose to do good, to do right in the world of darkness, in the midst of bad people, in the midst of evil people, to bring light into the world of darkness. And guess what that doesn't do? It doesn't appease the boredom. That brings productivity. It's the choice to not appease the boredom. It's the choice to be productive. To be productive how? By continuing to do what you do, but to just do it in a place where it will be more effective. I hope I didn't lose you guys on that. I really do. Maybe I should give an example. Nipsey Hussle. You can use Pac too. Pac is a good example too. But you have Nipsey Hussle. That's someone that was born in a dark place, the hood, place of evil, place of bad. Really, the hood isn't really that bad, to be honest. If you're from the hood, you know it's not that bad. But it is a society of darkness, that's for sure. The rules of that type of environment aren't the rules of light, the rules of goodness, the rules of righteousness. You had to kind of play by those dark rules in that kind of society. So Nip, though he grew up in that kind of society, he was given a lot of good principles. He was given a lot of righteous examples. He was given culture that was based in a whole other world, or an entire culture that was so deeply structured in goodness, righteousness, in the world of light, that they could actually trace it back to their ancestors. See, so he was raised with these principles. See, and of course boredom came his way. Of course boredom struck him. But what he chose to do was not to appease the boredom every time. When you look at the grand scheme of his life, he was all about bringing light into that world of darkness, to the point where it even got the best of him. And he's no longer here because of it. You could say it was a sacrifice. I think he should still be here. That's what I think. But what I think on that actually doesn't matter. What matters is you have someone that took their nature, was faced with boredom like everyone is, and chose to get active, chose activity over appeasing the boredom, chose productivity over appeasing the boredom. And what was the things that he said in one of the last interviews that he did before he died? He said, when I leave this place, I want people to understand. I want people to look at my work and say, this man never slept. He said, as long as I'm here, I don't rest too much. I don't relax too much. I'm always busy. Why? Because I'm trying to empty myself. What was he saying? I don't give boredom place in my life. I don't appease boredom. There's no place for boredom in my life. I'm too active. I'm too productive. Boredom has to wait in line behind my productivity and my activity. I'm too active to be bored. See, that's what Nip was saying. And I would say that he achieved it. Same thing with Pac. The man never slept. The man never slept. See. Now those are relatable examples. Though there's many better examples that's not so easy to relate to, like Jesus. Jesus was born in a world of darkness. Darkness. He was just born in a world of darkness. And it was so bad that even his cousin, John the Baptist, when their ministry was really taking off, John the Baptist got his head cut off. And Jesus heard about it and he was like, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. A world of darkness. But he emptied himself. He was so productive. He was so active. He never slept. Never gave boredom a chance to have a shot at him. And see, this is why I say you have to choose. When boredom shows up, you have to choose to not appease the boredom when it shows up. You have to recognize boredom when it's there and choose the antithesis. What's that? Being active, being productive. Because boredom is very slick, is very sly. Boredom knows how to fit in to situations where you're actually doing something productive. But in this season of productivity, you may have to wait for something. See, in the midst of your productivity, you may be in a state or in a season where you have to wait for the next phase of your productivity. In the midst of your productivity, you may have to wait. You may be not necessarily at a stalemate, but you may be at a bridge where you have to cross it in order to get to the place that you're trying to go. And guess what's going to slip in while you're on that bridge? Boredom. Very slick. Very slick. We're talking about you doing something productive here, and boredom still found a way to slip in. And that's why I'm giving you this knowledge. That's why I'm trusting you guys with this knowledge. Me telling you this, we're practically family now. Because this is too powerful of information to just give to people that you don't like, to give to people that you don't trust. But I love you guys. And I need you guys to understand this. I need you guys to understand what's going on. 2024, there's no saying what is coming next. And it always happens around the Super Bowl. But I need you guys to grasp this. You have to identify boredom and its schemes and its plans and what it causes people to do. Boredom makes hypocrites out of the most focused people you will ever know. Boredom creates hypocrites. Hey, I seen you posted something on your timeline. What was that all about, man? I'm just wondering, I'm not judging or nothing, but what was that all about? Oh, shoot, we were just chilling, just hanging around. We were just messing around, that's all. Oh, all right, yeah, I was just checking, just checking. Yeah, boredom. Boredom causes hypocrisy. See? But activity, productivity. See? There's going to be a book on this. I'll do something more on this, but this is just a gem for now. This is why I'm titling this God Stone. This is deeper than just taking the God pill. You could take the God pill and your mind will be renewed by doing so, right? But you don't necessarily have to produce anything from your mind. You still have the God pill, but you don't necessarily have to produce from that God pill that you've taken. And for those that follow me, the God pill is actually faith. in its rawest form. Not hope. A lot of people, say faith and they actually mean hope. No, not hope. Faith. But that's the God pill. I'm calling this God stone. Why? Because we're producing stuff with this one. What I'm giving you is the God stone. Like the soul stone, like the reality stone. This is the God stone. It allows you to move with the hand of God. To put things into this world with the hand of God. And for the Bible thumpers that want to say that this isn't biblical, try me. Try me. This is more biblical than what we will hear from most of our Bible scholars. Why? Because there's no Marxism in it. So this is what it's all about. Going into 2024, I want you guys to use this God stone. Use the God stone wisdom that I'm giving you on this. Understand, if you're a good person, if you live a righteous life, if you make righteous decisions, if you live in a society of light, you have no business being bored. You have no business allowing boredom to come into your life. Why? Because it will coerce you to do something bad. It will coerce you to do something evil. It will coerce you to do something dark. To tend to a society of darkness. And why is that? Because boredom tempts people to go outside of their nature. If you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, I'm the bad guy though. Oh yeah, no, I'm the one that does evil. Oh no, I'm the one that does darkness. Well, you gotta watch out for boredom too, because if you appease the boredom, then you're not going to be bad no more. You're not going to be evil no more. You're not going to be tending to that dark society anymore. Why? You messed around and got bored. And you said, you know what? Church isn't that bad. See, this works on both sides. I'm just breaking it down for you guys. See. There's levels to this. That's why the puppet masters, from time to time, they'll have an agenda. Like 2020, that was an agenda. But sometimes they get bored too. So they'll have the agenda and then they'll put a movie out warning you about the agenda. They do something good. They do something heroic. Even though they're the ones that is causing the need of a hero. They'll give you Marvel, Avengers, Infinity War, then give you Endgame a year later to warn you that something apocalyptic is about to happen. You're about to get a taste of end times. It's going to be as if Thanos came to America and snapped his fingers. That's exactly what we've seen happen before our eyes. How Endgame started with Hawkeye and with Cap and with Tony and with everyone that was in this world, knowing that some time has went by, with this just sweeping of half of all the people that they know gone. That's kind of what 2022 felt like. Looking back at what happened during 2020. That's kind of like what it felt like. And we couldn't go outside. Yeah. They told you what was going to happen. Why? Because the powers that be that made these things happen in the first place, they got bored. And they say, you know what, we got to appease this boredom. We got to do something that's not so dark. We got to do something good for the people. Let's warn them. Let's warn them about what's happening. That's why you'll have the health system. St. Jude, all these hospitals, they're all built by folks that know that medicine isn't the cure to your issues, to your problem. They're put into place by people that live in the world of darkness. But a hospital is a very good thing. It's a very good institution full of very good people. So how could people that are so far into this world of darkness do something so good for people? Looking out for seniors. They got bored. It's that simple, people. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you can't confront people about this because delusion allows people to make choices that are out of illusion. Delusion allows people to make choices out of illusion. The illusion of choice instead of an actual educated from the top down, understanding the whole full picture of both sides choice. If you understand a little bit about both sides of the options that you're given, you're not making a full choice. You're making the illusion of choice. See? So if you confront someone about being in the world of darkness and doing something good just because they're appeasing their boredom, they're going to tell you with a lie detector test hooked up to them that you don't know what you're talking about, and the lie detector will not go off. Why? Because they're in delusion. They think they're actually making a choice, but they're making the illusion of choice. And it's all between good or bad. It's all between right or evil. It's all between light or darkness. If you want to hit 2024 like Frazier hit Ali, you need to understand boredom. And you need to understand that appeasing it will never be the answer to it. You have to understand that the boredom is there because you got lazy at some point. You have to understand that the boredom is there because you don't understand the nature behind your goodness, behind you being good. You don't truly understand why you're good. You don't understand why you make righteous decisions. You don't understand the full psychology, the full really the psychosis of that light environment that you're in. You don't truly understand it. But when you do, when you educate yourself, when you get the truth about these things, When you get that red pill, it is needed. Remember, the God stone isn't just the reality stone. It's not just the red pill, the blue pill, the white pill, the black pill. The God pill is all of these pills together, all in one pill. The God stone is all of those stones together, all in one stone. It's using whatever stone it takes to get the job done. The God stone really is the gauntlet, is the infinity gauntlet that enables you to use whatever stone you need to get the job done. See? So when you get the truth that makes one free, when you get the truth about your good nature, when you get the truth about righteousness, when you get the truth about that environment of light, then you can face boredom head on. Because when you have the truth, you can choose a path. You get to make a educated choice, a real choice, not a illusion of choice. It's called the red stone, the red pill for a reason. It's reality. You're not making a illusion of choice. You're making a reality-based choice where you have a sense of reality between the two options that you're given. Then you get to choose a path. And once you choose your path, whether it's good or bad, whether it's right or evil, whether it's light or darkness, when you choose your path, you get to be active in it. You get to bring forth productivity in it. And I beseech thee for 2024 that you become so active that boredom has no place in your life. And keep it that way. This is what it's all about. And like I said, utopias don't work. Why? For this simple fact. Utopias have people that get bored. And when people get bored, they rebel. They go outside of their nature. When you take a group of people and you take all the evil people out, you take all the bad people out, you take all the darkness out, you just let all the light people be in light, all the goodness be in goodness. The first person that gets bored becomes a leader. A leader for new ideologies that look light. A leader for new concepts that look like they're righteous. A leader for new belief systems that, well, they feel good. They feel like they have good intentions. They sound like they have good intentions. Look at all those people that are helping. Yeah, that's good. They become a leader. A leader that will lead groups of people in this utopia to rebel against their nature, to become bad, to do evil, to shed darkness. And with enough generations of it, sure enough, you're gonna have a war, a civil war. And there will be darkness in that utopia. See? That's how it works, people. That's how it works. Some may say, well, heaven is a utopia. Yeah, heaven also has war angels. Angels that were created for the essence of war, created to war. The closest analogy we have to that is the Saiyan race of Dragon Ball Z. A race that was created to war, that has it in their blood to war. Why would God create a race like that if it wasn't necessary? I'm gonna leave you guys alone. I know, I know this is too much for for a lot of you guys. I'm sorry, but like I told you, I'm trusting you guys with this information, and these are my archives. So you know, I gotta keep myself on my toes also. So I'm preaching to me just as much as I'm preaching to y'all. But this is how it works. This is how it works. In 2024, understand human nature, understand your nature, understand that you have a choice to be good or bad, to be right or evil, to be in light or to be in darkness, to appease boredom when it comes, or to stay active, to appease boredom when it comes and to bring destruction, or to choose to remain active down the path that you have chosen so that you can bring productivity, so that you can produce and bring productivity into this world. Activity and production together makes productivity. See? And boredom and activity brings destruction. Boredom comes from laziness, it comes from being idle, it comes from resting too much. Activity comes from diligence, it comes from focus. It comes from resting for as little as needed and coming up with ways where you will need to rest even less. For 2024, we want to empty our pockets. We want to empty our minds. We want to empty it all. We want to empty ourselves. We want to put everything into the world that we have. Why? Because our kids, the kids of our kids are watching, and they're not even born yet. Use the God stone for 2024. It's not just about the red pill anymore. It's not just about the blue pill anymore. It's not just about the white pills, not just about the black pills, not just about the gold pills, not just about the green pill. Use whatever pill it takes to get the job done. And when you got the God pill, you can use all of them simultaneously. It's like the Infinity Gauntlet. Turn them into stones. Make it the reality stone. The fantasy stone, which would be the blue pill. The dark stone, or the opposite of hope stone, And then use the hope stone, the white pill, the white stone. Use them all. Use the gold stone. Get riches. But at the end of the day, keep going to God. Use the God stone and get stuff done for 2024. Love you guys. Stay wise.